He gets in the zone, no pressure, all poise.
The defense is going to insist upon giving up 1 touchdown and 3 field goals. I think they'll take that.
For the second straight year, the Bengals opened the season with a disappointing loss, but there were obviously encouraging signs in Week 1, and that's the topic of this week's Who Day Conversations. Lap, you get to bat leadoff. What were you encouraged by in the loss to the Chargers?
Joe Burrow, Dan, continuing to show poise, not panic. He has an ill-advised, backhanded, shovel pass completion attempt to Giovanni Bernard that's intercepted by Melvin Ingram. Comes off the football field. Instead of going bananas, he's saying to himself, run the ball, Joe, tuck it and run the football. Totally composed, compartmentalizes, moves on. At the end of the football game with 3 minutes to go, he gets the ball and he goes 8 for 11 for 70 yards. And the only real incompletion is a deep ball down the right side to A.J. Green, 3-yard touchdown pass that was basically, nullified as a no play. But that drive would have won the football game. He would have won the football game right there. So he's one of those guys, as I'm looking at him, I'd love to be in a huddle with him as an offensive lineman because when it's crunch time, a lot of guys' heart rate and blood pressure accelerates. Joe Burrow's decreases. He gets calmer. He's blessed. He's one of those guys that the game slows down. He gets in the zone, no pressure, all poise.
All right, I'll tell you what I was encouraged by in Week 1. Adriel, Jeremiah Green, number 18, looked like he is worth every penny of the $18 million he's going to make this year. He had 5 catches for 51 yards in the game. That would average out to an 80-catch season. But let's think about what he could have had. If not for a bad throw by Joe Burrow, AJ would have had a 31-yard touchdown catch. If not for the questionable call with 7 seconds to go, he would have had a dramatic game-winning touchdown grab. Now you're talking about 7 catches for 85 yards and 2 touchdowns, including what would have been the perfect finish to Joe Burrow's NFL debut. And it was a reminder of just how great the man is. He's fast, he's physical. He looked more like he was 23 years old than 32 years old in Week 1. So for me, the most encouraging sign was that he looked like the AJ of old instead of an old AJ. Butch, you're next.
Sounds good, guys. That was a good call you had on Sunday. But I'm just going to say overall, the defense I thought was encouraging. 16 points, you ought to win the tilt. But if you really narrow down at the red zone, if you look at that, 2 great 4th down stops and a great 3rd down stop when they actually had to have the ball back. And I thought a great sequence was in that final red zone when they held him to a field goal. And they signed Josh Bynes to stop the run. Boom, he makes a 1st down stop. 2nd down, William Jackson, who I thought had a pretty good ball game. He bodies up Mike Williams. And then 3rd down, Carlos gets loose, good pressure. Jesse Bates comes over and makes a big play on Hunter Henry to force the field goal. So, I thought for an opener, that's the fewest points they have allowed in an opener. Overall, I'm encouraged. If the defense is going to insist upon giving up 1 touchdown and 3 field goals, I think they'll take that.
So there were encouraging signs. Let's hope we're talking about a victory in Week 2. And that's this week's Who Day Conversation.